How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Venin, one of the Insecticons, and this is definitely a unique character, definitely not like the other Insecticons, especially the way he looks. So let's go ahead and take a look at him before we get started. Thank you guys for joining me here on Prime Energon. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. We could use some people here on the channel, so let's get started. So first and foremost, taking a look at the packaging here, you see the box, and he does transform in 17 steps. You see some nice artwork, Transformers Age of the Primes Venin, and then of course on the back you could see product shots of him in robot mode and in his cicada mode. Definitely loving the colors of this, loving the box, and definitely loving his new packages of Age of the Primes. You see down there, he is a deluxe class, so there you go for that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details of Venin. So really nice colors here. Love the head sculpt with his visor and the little bug eyes on the side of his head. Like the green and the orange, definitely out there when it comes down to the coloration. And taking a look at some images side by side of how he compares to his cartoon look, and there you go for that. A nice comparison. Definitely nailed it when it comes down to the look of Venin, and of course the actual cartoon rendering of him. They did a good job, and he looks fantastic. So nice detail on Venin here, of course. Loving the coloration. Like I said earlier, you get some nice details, some clear orange plastic for the wings and for the chest, and of course those bug eyes on the side and the visor, with some green plastic going on for the legs, the chest, and the crotch region. A little bit of green plastic for the knees right there, and then the orange and the gray works really well, and the orange and the green complement each other really well. You get a nice Decepticon logo on his chest off to the side, which actually looks pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of Venin. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at his weapon. So these hands do come off pretty easily, just throwing that out there, especially his other hand. But as far as weapons go, he does come with a blaster done in green plastic, and his axe, which you can combine these to make into an actual large axe with a handle. But separately, he does have his blaster. He can hold these in his hand, and you can also just peg him into his arm if you want to have that look. And of course, with the axe, he can have this wielding in his hand if you want that look as well. But I definitely like having them together, just to just looks a little bit cooler, and then you can have him wielding his axe just like so. So taking a look at his articulation, wings can go on the back. They do get in the way a little bit of articulation. Head is on some joints, not a ball joint, but a lot of hinges over here, a double hinge, so he can extend his head a little bit out, and then it just goes down. Can go all the way around as well, and can look up that far, so definitely a lot of range of motion. His little antennae up top can go up and down. The arms can go all the way around. They can go all the way out as well. You get some upper bicep rotation, and you get 90-degree bend at the bicep. Wrist can go in and out, no rotation at the wrist. You do get a waist joint, which actually is pretty good considering the wings and the legs are on the back. Legs can kick up that far, can kick all the way back, and he can do the full splits. You get some upper thigh rotation, and you do get about 90-degree bend at the knee. You get some ankle tiltage as well, and of course the toes can go in and out. So very good when it comes down to articulation. It's just the wings, kind of weird on how they sit. They just sort of go back underneath the arms. So yeah, it looks a little funny, but I think it works just fine, and you can get everything out of the way if you have his legs out to the top and then everything towards the bottom. just like so, and the wings sort of stay out of the way for the most part when it comes down to articulation of Venin. So quickly taking a look at some comparisons. So here he is with the other two Insecticons that I have. We got Kickback and we have Bombshell. I do not have Shrapnel. I've been wanting to find a Shrapnel, but I do not have him. And here he is with some other two Insecticons looking really good. And he does stand out with these unique colors. Definitely not looking like the other Insecticons with that black and purple. He definitely stands out. Definitely a unique character. So let's go ahead and go on to transformation of Venin. So pretty simple and straightforward to transform. So we're going to go ahead and move these wings out for the most part and keep them out like that. Now for these shoulders, they do compress in. We're going to go ahead and move the head to where it is sitting upward like so. And the shoulders do compress in. As you can see right there, you're just going to go ahead and push them in. And that is it for the shoulders. Now for the arms, you're going to knock in the wrist. And like I said, this one definitely does like to come out on its own. As you can see right there, it's already starting to come out. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Now for the arms, you get multiple joints. For these arms, you get one joint in here and then this joint down here, and all of this is essentially going to come up and go in on itself. Of course, you get some ball joints for the legs, which we'll take a look at those in insect mode. And then the arms are just going to go ahead and come up and set inside just like so. We're going to go ahead and come over here and bring this up on these two joints, and it can be a little tricky. And there you go for that. And then you're going to end up with this look right about here. Now you got these two tabs on the top of the shoulders. They're going to go into these two slots on the back of his head. And that will sort of sit in just like so. And now we got insect mode going up top. Now for the legs, we're going to go ahead and move these out and focus on the bottom of the legs. So we're going to knock in the toes. We're going to rotate the legs and bring these, rotate them around, and then we're going to go ahead and bring them in. We're going to activate that ankle tilt and open up this tab right there. We're going to rotate these around, and then we're going to bring in the legs, and they're going to go ahead and collapse in on themselves. And as you can see where this is going, it's going to form the back of insect mode, and they will combine down the middle. And that is pretty much it. Now for the wings, we're going to go ahead and bring them out. You do have little nubs over here. They're going to go into these slots next to the circles for the wings, and they'll just sort of sit in there. And for the legs, we're going to go ahead and bring them down. They will go into these notches, as you can see right there, and then just go ahead and bring down the other legs just like so. And there you go for his cicada mode for Venin. And this actually looks pretty cool. Taking a look at some of the detail of him, looking really nice. Of course, you get the wings, the nice coloration, and he's a nice little cicada. He looks pretty cool. Love the butt over here and the legs, the green, the orange. It all plays really well. Love the bug eyes on the side, looking really nice as well. Going on over articulation for him. So the legs up top are going to be on ball joints. You do get a little bit of movement on these, and of course they can go all the way around as well. The back legs, a little bit of ball joints as well, and you can get a little bit of movement out of them. Of course, the wings are on joints. They can go all the way out, down, and all the way out to the side if you want to do that as well. So let's take a look at quick comparison with Venin and Kickback and Bombshell. Here they are, Insecticons all together, looking fan-freaking-tastic. Again, he does stand out due to his coloration, and I actually like it. He looks sort of like one of those Toxitron or G2 Transformers with the bright colors, the greens, the yellows. He actually looks pretty cool. He looks like a freaking insect, and I absolutely love him. So yeah, there you go for comparison in insect mode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick review of Transformers Age of the Primes Venin, Insecticon Venin. Definitely a fantastic figure if you're trying to collect the Age of the Primes. He is definitely one to collect. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.